I know that the videos have been a lot of vlogs lately. That's just because I've been doing a lot of stuff that I can vlog about. So I kind of just like to take you guys with me because they're very fun events, like the one you're going to see after this video. But for now, it's time to focus back on the Miata. What's going to happen is Ben has a block for me. I'm going to pick up the block from him. I've already ordered and have a Kinetic head gasket and RP head studs to throw in. I'm going to take my head to the machine shop. They're going to shave it, do new valve seals, and clean it all up. I'm going to put the motor back together, put the motor back in. But, nice surprise, we are going to do a cage in the car while I'm putting the motor together. I'm going to take that time to get the cage done. So today, what I'm going to focus on is prepping the car to get the cage done. So I need to remove the AC anyway. I'm going to take all of the useless stuff behind the dash out. I need to take the dash out anyway, gut the interior, and get it ready for the cage. So that is the goal for today. So we're going to start with taking the AC out. Alright, so what I have to remove is these lines, the compressor. Pretty much all this stuff needs to come out. It'll save me a lot of room, help more cool air get to the radiator, etc. I would never suggest taking AC out of a car with working AC. One, it doesn't work in this car, and if it did, I wouldn't use it, so it's coming out. Let me just add that this is for the sake of simplicity, not for weight savings. I've also already made sure that there was no Freon or charge at all in there, so I should be good to take the lines off. I've never done this before, but I mean, makes sense. If there's no pressure, take the lines off. We'll see. Somebody will know that I'm wrong there, but whatever. So as I was taking the lines off, there's two clips that go into this bracket, this one and another one that I broke. So I should have thought about it, but I should have just taken this bracket off, which I'm going to do now, and this bracket off over here instead of trying to pull them out of the clips. I can probably get to these bolts because they go in this way from underneath, but the front bumper is held on by just these few bolts here and then zip ties on each fender. So I might as well just pull the bumper off real quick and then I can just get straight to the bolts. So there's two bolts right here underneath the headlight. I don't have the battery or the power connected. There's normally a cap here. You pop this cap off and then you can just turn this dial. Some people came to pick up scrap and I had like a ton of stuff to give them, so I killed like an hour or so of time. They're still coming back to pick up a big grill we're throwing away and whatnot, but definitely killed some time. But I'm gonna try to at least get the AC out before it gets dark. So this side only had a zip tie. This side doesn't have a zip tie, but there's two studs that come off the bumper into here and two nuts on the back side. To get to them you have to go through the fender well. So the easiest way to do it is to turn the wheel all the way one direction so you can get a little more clearance to get in there. Apparently this thing was in a accident at some point. Interesting. Now I can get to these bolts back here. I'll pull all of the rest of the AC stuff off. And then the compressor should just come with everything. I will have to take one of the lines off because the power steering line goes through the center of two of the AC lines right here.
This is a Ryan Little production.
Okay, I started by taking my time on that and like trying to pull everything out in one piece and not bend it, but I'm just gonna let the scrappers take this too when they come back. Mangled it all up. Look at how much room there is for activities. All right. Pretty much everything in here is good. I'm gonna work on cleaning up some more of this wiring, but that's for a later date. For now, we're gonna start with taking the dash off. Now by taking the dash off, I can get to the heater core, the rest of the AC stuff, pretty much everything AC related that is not gonna be used anymore is coming out, AC and heat. And I also need to clean up the wiring, so it's kind of a perfect time to do it while I'm there, and the dash needs to come out for the cage, so like it's gonna come out regardless. So dash is the next step. I'm gonna throw the front bumper back on for now. Tight. I'm gonna pull this last heater core hose off that we left in here, since I'm taking the heater core out anyway. All the wiring to these gauges is not done very well, so we're gonna take all of this out and rewire it. All right, I'm willing to bet that most of the stuff I need to take out of the dash will come off with a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver. The rest will probably be 10 or 12 mil bolts, and I may have to take the steering wheel off. We'll see. I haven't done this before on this car, but I'm just gonna wing it for now. I decided to take the hard top off so I can get a little breeze. Need these two.
And I don't mean any disrespect.
Alright, so normally you would pop these covers off that you can't see right here, and there'd be two bolts in here, but mine, the bolts are already gone, so I don't have to take those out. I decided to take this one out. What is this nonsense? Now I've got to get a wrench in there somehow, because right above this is the windshield. There's no way to get a ratchet or really even a swivel in there. There's just not enough room. And so next we have to undo this. That was easier than I expected it to be. And I think there's a couple other ones. Assuming we have to take it out of this bracket here. Alright, so the dash removal is going. It's a little bit different than a 240. 240s are probably the easiest car to take a dash out of that I've ever done. These aren't quite as easy. It's not terrible, but it's not like the easiest thing ever. So I'm just gonna do some more time lapse so I can just knock it out and get it done. There's actually 2 bolts per side, so don't forget to take the top one out. Alright, this one's kind of a pain, but there's a little pin in here, or a little clip that you push down to pull it out, and it comes out. Alright, so the dash is definitely pretty much ready to come out. You definitely want to make sure you check all the wires are unhooked before you start pulling it out. It's kind of like an engine. It's always something you forgot. Yeah, this is a very extensive dash. I mean, it's got like the entire bar stays in there. It's pretty strange. I mean, at least if I remember correctly on 240s, the bar stays in the car and the dash bolts to the bar. But this whole unit is like one piece. It's really strange. So anyway, time to pull it out. So this is what it looks like with no dash in it. The blend door setup right there, the blower motor over there, and pretty much anything else here to do with air conditioning or heat, the heater core itself, etc. All that's gonna come out. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up for tonight. I got the dash out. Basically just need to take apart the dash and figure out what I'm gonna keep and what I'm not gonna keep, and redo all that wiring and get everything ready, and then put the dash back in. But before that, it needs to get the cage, and there's more I need to go on the interior. So that's what's next, getting the rest of the interior ready for the cage. But for now, everything's buttoned up, and I'm going to call it a night.
We're just out here chilling on the boat, and of course I had to listen to the radio, and the battery died because of that. That's not why it died.